This is my PowerPoint presentation of the Roman Senate, a reflection of shared government and political participation. The Roman Senate served as an important tool in exemplifying the character of the Roman values, specifically the ones that glorified shared governance and involvement in politics. The Senate was an essential device of the Roman political system. However, it also represented the essence of political engagement by citizens who were able to participate in the governance of their state. And through their shared involvement, they expressed civil pride. By being composed of patricians and influential members of the plebeians, the Roman Senate also indicated the social importance that such participation and deliberation held in the Roman society. The Roman Senate provided a platform for prominent citizens to express their opinions and influence policy making in the state. It served as a reminder of the common desire of all citizens to be engaged in a shared governance of their country. The Roman Senate was able to form an effective tool that empowered most important citizens to take part in the shared governance, thus exemplifying the value of distributing the influence among most significant actors in the society and politics. The Roman Senate was influential in the development of the spirit of an ethos that revolved around shared governments and participation of influential citizens. Roman Senate, despite the increased power of the emperor, the Senate did lose significance. However, it did lose its power, and it did have a strong legislation position. When looking at the history of Roman government, the senators played an important role as a link between the republican and the past and the need to have an imperial presence. The Romans' important core values were such as collective nature of governments, all members' loyalty to one state, as well as the need for one's personal interests to be subject and subordinate to the republic, were mainly highly influential and were enacted and implemented by the state. An ability to continue the traditional role of the Senate while also creating a stepping stone toward a new political reality also demonstrated the Roman strategy to continue with the establishment of a solid cohesion. This was true in terms of governance as well. The Roman state emphasized the importance of a collaborative approach with the emperor and his and other political partners. Senate's weak role in Rome growth, the state senate was an important legal and political body that played a big role in Rome's political decisions. It used its prestige and experience as an executive power. According to Studio Caldry, while the Senate was not a real political institution, it still had a lot of influence with its setup and the way it's renewed its members. Even though its power was limited, the Senate was important in advising on political decisions. Senators who decided on state spending considered policies that favored their interests. The Senate wasn't directly deciding political affairs, but shaped political development in Rome through its influence in social, political, and economic areas. As a result, by representing the political interests of the Roman citizens, the state ensured stability in decision making. The Roman Senate was a strong decision-making group that greatly influenced political life and actions. Its impact on politics was evident in the rules for how decisions should be made in society. The Senate's influence was particularly strong among the elite who guarded important political decisions. Their actions and discussions of its members were important and often became standard practices for making laws. These practices show the importance of debate and agreement decision-making, the core principle in Roman society. The Senate valued diverse views and ideas from its members. This was key to its political role in Roman society. It also highlighted that participating in politics was a citizen's duty and showed how to make good laws. The Senate was a group that reflected the main beliefs of the Roman Republic. Its role was to support values of stability, continuity, and traditional governance. By working with the consuls and the magistrates, the Senate helped maintain the key values important to our Roman identity. Emperors often looked to the Senate's traditional authority to legitimize their power. Through the Senate's influence on politics, guided by the emperor's ultimate decision-making, one could see the reminder of Roman political culture. In Roman society, civic responsibility and group decision-making were always part of the Roman Senate. According to Talbert, Senate traditions were based on a political tradition passed down through generations whose personal interests were less than what it was important for everyone. The Senate reflected ideas of civic duty in Rome by asking senators' opinions on important state issues. By being involved in government matters, they supported public policy and responsibility. This encouraged the state Senate system, which allowed senators to have their own opinions on policy. The Senate was a strong example of civic duty and shared governance among Rome's elite classes. An example of this action is when the Senate gave Gaius Marius the power to lead the Roman military to handle foreign threats. The Senate showed that it played an important role in strategic military actions, highlighting the influence in Roman society and government. The Roman Senate served as a perfect tool for managing government together with the people. It was a big part of Roman life. It showed the idea of sharing power between Rome's political leaders. The mix of the best plebeians and patricians in the Senate showed that Romans did not fully include everyone politically, though the Senate did take in strong influences from different social groups. The Senate always played a role in making big decisions, like choosing military leaders and setting up major policy matters, which let it guide the government. The Senate showed the values of democracy and political involvement of the Roman people, and it played a big role in shaping politics of that time. This idea of joint decision-making through institutions also impacted the future governments. Thank you.